As a lot of you know, I am a big fan of Iceland. I went out of the country for pleasure travel the very first time in September of 2023, and that destination was to Iceland. Iceland has been a dream destination for me for the past decade, and I was finally able to pull the trigger and do it in September of 2023. And although I was only able to be a tourist for a few days and saw just a tiny little sliver of Iceland, I fell in love with the place and I have to go back. As a lot of you have seen in this video right here that I did several months back, I actually had come across a great points deal uh, booking my next return to Iceland, which is actually in just a few weeks, using flying Blue Miles to fly Delta One from JFK to Keflavik, and that trip is occurring in a few weeks. But I'm going back a second time, and we're going to talk about that today. And later on, I'll tell you why I'm going back 2 times this year. So let's dive in. So Thursday afternoon, evening, I've been looking to go back for a while, and I was looking for deals in September or October. Been poking around. I'm a big fan of Point.me. I've used Point.me. I've actually found all of my redemptions for points through Point.me or the Amex branded version of Point.me. And I love its interface. I love how it works. And so I was poking around there again just a few days ago, and I happened to come across a deal that was perfect timing. And that deal was for being able to fly again from JFK to Keflavik, this time right at the end of September, for 51,000 flying Blue Miles plus $34 in cash. I saw that deal and I was ecstatic. I immediately went to the Flying Blue website to verify that that was actually a flight that was available. I saw the flight available. The cash price for the flight was actually $2,960. When I went over and flipped the button to the book with points, and indeed that flight was there for 51,000 flying Blue Miles to fly Delta One from JFK back to Keflavik at the very end of September. I jumped on that deal in a heartbeat and booked it right away. And I could not be any more happy about this deal. So, why am I going back again? And it's a great question. I know a lot of you are saying, but John, you're going in a few weeks. Why are you going back a second time? Well, here's the answer to that question. Number one, I'm going back again this time to also be a tourist for a few days. But then also, I'm going to be spending 3 days with my internet spaceship nerds again, celebrating EVE Online once again. So I'm only going to be able to see it or see what I want to see being a tourist for a few days. For a long time, I have been wanting to drive the Ring Road, which is basically a highway that runs almost the perimeter of the entire country of Iceland. And it's been a goal of mine to drive that highway completely around the country. And with my company this year, I have the opportunity to take a month long paid sabbatical from the company. That basically just means I get to disconnect from my job completely. I'm paid for my time off for a month. And during that time, I plan on taking this dream trip back to Iceland. And I don't want to be encumbered by having to be back home right away after a week or something like that because I have to get back to work. With the sabbatical, I can meander my way around the Ring Road at my own pace. And I'm basically right now I'm guessing it's going to be about a 7 to 8 day drive around, maybe a little bit more than that. Now, this is going to take a lot of planning too. So I've got the flight booked to Iceland, But now I've got to plan my flights back. I also have to plan out what exactly I'm going to do and see in those, 7 to 8, maybe 9 days while I'm there. And so it's going to take me a while to plan out where I'm going to be at, where I'm going to stay the night at each night. And again, what I want to see every day. So this is going to be a complicated uh, trip to plan for me. This is by far the most detailed trip that I am going to plan yet in my very young life of traveling with on points and miles. So I'm looking forward to the challenge and planning this all out. And I will definitely share those details with you in a video regarding, you know, probably where I'm staying at every night, maybe, and also how I'm paying for it all because every little village and town has a place to stay or two, has a hotel or two. So I think it's going to be a really interesting journey while doing this. So I cannot wait to share that with you. But yeah, so going back to the booking again, so I found it for 51,000 flying blue miles plus $34, verified it on Air France's website. Yep, it's there. And like I said, I booked that sucker right away. And the cent per point value is crazy because, like I said, the cash price for the flight is $2,960. If you use like the daily drops cent per point calculator for cent per point value, taking that 51,000 flying blue miles, also the $34 in cash that I had to pay as well, the cent per point value comes out to be 5.74 cents per point. It's almost a 6 cent per point value for a Delta One flight. And I am so stoked for this. I cannot wait for this trip. I'm ecstatic. I found this, and this was exactly the time of year I wanted to find this at. So it just dropped in my lap a couple days ago, and I can't wait. I'm really curious to hear what you all have to say about this. Yeah, I guess I'm going back to Iceland for a second time this year. So I'm stoked. Let's talk about it in the comment section below. I want to hear what you all say. Also, too, I'm on my way to my first 1,000 subs to the channel. If you have not already done so, if you could please subscribe to my channel. It's a free way for you to support the channel and to get it out to more people just like yourself. Also, too, if you want to join the channel, it is $1.99 per month. You can cancel at any time. Right now, I'm working on benefits for being a member of the channel, and I'm starting to do members only videos. So I have done one so far. I'm getting ready to do another one probably in the next week or so. And those will stay members only. And it's going to be spicier content that I really don't, that I really need to stay, it needs to stay behind a paywall. So that's another great way to support me. And I thank you for all the support ahead of time. It truly means a lot. I'm very humbled every time I see so many people watching. So again, I thank you. And let's now please go be good to each other. All right. And until next time, bye for now.